Hi guys, welcome back. So today's video is gonna be all on this look right here, and it is a tutorial using nothing but orange colors today. I did use a few palettes again. Actually, I only used one main one, which is the Beige Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette, and the main color that I used is this bright orange that's in there. I also used another palette, which is a highlighter palette, to brighten it up and give me some glow. Also, I will be showing you everything that's on my face. A lot of drugstore stuff today, and just to kind of change it up a bit, I feel like I'm always using the same things, so I'm trying to use different things in every single one of my tutorials from now on. So like I said, if you're interested in seeing the way that I got this look, then go ahead and keep watching. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this orange look. Look how nice and bright it looks. I'm really excited about it. Okay, so I'm gonna take my blending brush, which by the way, I did already prime my eyes. I used a very, very light foundation because I didn't have a light enough concealer and I wanted something as light as possible, and I didn't set it. It's just still really sticky. So you can see it creasing just a little bit maybe. Just because, like I said, I am not going to set it. I really want the orange to grab onto my primer. So I'm going to start off with this bright orange from the Take Me to Brazil. It's the Take Me Back to Brazil. So I'm going to be using this bright orange right here. It's like a neon orange. And I'm going to take my fluffy brush, my little blending brush. This is the Morphe M514. I did get this one from Ulta, in case you're wondering. So I'm going to start off with applying it all over my eyelid, slowly or lightly I mean, and just going all the way into the inner part of my eye. So from the inside all the way to the outside. And I'm pretty much just going to go back and forth with this. Got a little bit more. I'm doing the same thing on the same spot. Go all the way to the inner corner if you're doing this tutorial, so that way you can show through your entire eyelid. And now I'm gonna take my MAC 217 brush, and this one is still a blending brush, but it's a little bit more dense. It's not as fluffy, so it grabs onto color. And I'm gonna start packing it on right underneath where I just applied it with the fluffy brush. This is gonna intensify this area right here. So that's why I grabbed this brush, because I feel like it grabs more color and I can really make that orange show up. You see how bright that is? I mean, it is just perfect. And now I'm gonna go back to my blending brush and just blend out the edges. Super easy. That part is just using one shade. Now I'm gonna take a little bit more of my foundation, because like I said, it's the lightest color that I have. So if you have a concealer that's super light, that would work too. I'm gonna start with my cut crease, and I'm gonna start in the inner part. And then I'm gonna start, hold on, I don't want to talk and do the cut crease at the same time. And then I'm gonna start filling it in towards the outside. And I like to use a lot of products because I feel like that helps me really look. I looked up. I feel like that helps me really glide on the product. So I'm going to clean that up a little bit, because apparently I need to go up a little bit more. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, I'm just going to leave it right there. I feel like that's pretty even to the other side. And now I'm just going to fill this in. So I could kind of go a little bit higher, but I think, like from where I'm looking at it, it looks pretty even. And sometimes I end up making this eye a little bit higher. I'm not looking at you because I don't want to look up. I end up making this eye too high, and then it looks really uneven. So I'm going to take my next shade without looking up, which is kind of weird, but I'm going to try my best. I'm going to use the Aurora Glow Kit, and I'm going to use the color Lyra. Lyra is a very, very shimmery highlighter. It's for the face. But I loved it for the eyelid. So I'm going to go ahead and pack that onto the inner part of my eye wherever I applied the concealer. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is take a very small little brush and use the same color from the Beige palette. And I'm going to apply that. Oh, hopefully I am recording. Why is it so bright? So I'm going to apply this very, very slowly right above the cut crease. And all this is doing is intensifying it right above the line, so it makes it look even brighter, like even sharper. So I'm gonna keep looking down because I don't want it to mess up. And I'm gonna take that bright orange again and start packing it on the outside of this. I'm gonna go on top of the light shade too, so that way it can start transitioning in there. I'm gonna take it pretty close to the inner part too. Now I'm gonna take my other brush, go back to the highlighter, and apply that right on top of that. And this is the back and forth part that I like to do just because I want to make sure that it looks like one is blending into the other. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. So you see how on the outside it doesn't look very vibrant because the concealer part does, this part doesn't. Even though it's a neon orange, it doesn't look very vibrant. I'm gonna go in with the small concealer brush. I'm gonna fill that part in. Be careful because it is on top of powder, so you don't want to build it up too much because it'll start breaking apart. But I am going to just leave the edges kind of messy so it can look like it's like blending, fading pretty much towards the outside. So I'm going to leave that outside part messy, and again picking up that bright orange from the Beige palette and packing it on the outside. Now I'm just going up a little bit, pretty much cleaning it up, making sure that they both look even. So there's still that little bitty spot where I need it to look a little bit more filled in. So I'm just gonna lightly add some concealer. Now I'm going to take my little fluffy brush and go over the edges a little bit just to blend that out a little bit more. Going all the way to the inner corner and then all the way out. Alright, there we go. So that is the top. So on the bottom, I am going to do the same. I'm going to add a concealer, well, the foundation underneath. Then I'm going to take a small little brush, use that same bright orange, and apply that under there. And then I'm going to take my brush without adding any more color. I'm just going to go over that because there's already color on there. I just want to blend that color down a little bit. And it is like super messy, but I'll clean that up later. Okay, so now for a little bit of glow, I'm going to be using the Dream Glow Kit by Anastasia. And I'm going to use this shade right here called Wish. It is just like a light peach highlighter, and I'm going to take a little brush like this and I'm going to wet it just because I feel like it shows up a little bit better and it doesn't make the glitter get all over my face. And I'm going to put this in the inner corner and apply a little bit more. I really want that glow to be intense. If you apply it a little bit on the side of your nose, it really makes it glow like from any angle. And I'm going to take that same highlighter again. I'm going to wet it. And I'm going to apply it right here on the brow bone. And now I'm going to take my fluffy brush. And there you go. It looks super glowy up there. Okay, so for my falsies, I'm going to be using the Golden Goddess falsies. These are by Eyelid and Vegas Nay. I've used these so many times, and I've been able to get a lot of use out of them. So they're really worth it. They're not even that expensive compared to other falsies, but I've been able to wear these a few times already. And the glue that I'm using is the clear glue, the Duo Clear Glue, which the glue looks a little bit blue whenever you first apply it, but once it dries, it's completely clear. Okay, so now moving on to the rest of my face, I am going to moisturize. I'm going to use my Derma E Vitamin C Serum. For primer, I'm going to use the CoverGirl True Blend Base Business, and this one is the Skin Smoothing one. It's the clear one. And the times that I've used this one, it works really good with my dry skin, and it feels fresh on my face, so I do like it a lot. And then for foundation, I'm going to be using L30, the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made. And this one is pretty much my perfect shade. I really liked it. It matches me like pretty much exactly the same as my neck. Like pretty perfect, pretty perfect. I do have a full video on this if you're interested in this foundation. I got all the shades, so I swatched them for you. If you want to see it, check out which one you might be. I have a full video with all the swatches. 40 swatches. And I really like it because even though it's a matte foundation, it does not look dry or patchy on my skin. The concealer that I'm going to use is also by CoverGirl. It is the Vitalist Healthy Concealer. And it is a little bit lighter than my skin tone, so that way I can brighten. I'm not really going to go up too high on the eyeshadow area. I'm just going to like clean it up. But just with the tip of the Beauty Blender, because that's going to make it look like it's like blending into my concealer. Because I still want it to like show through on my lower lash line. Okay, so now I'm going to set my concealer using the NYC Smooth Skin Loose Powder. Looks just like this. And I'm gonna set, let me see, I think I'm gonna set just my under eye area with this. I was thinking about setting my foundation too, but I think it's too light, like, I'm not sure. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just set my concealer with it. And I just put it inside the little top. I'm also gonna bake my nose. No matter what foundation, whatever powder you use, if you use glasses and you bake your nose, it's going to help a lot. I've been saying that I think in every single one of my makeup videos, but because it's true. I've been doing it and I wear glasses every day, pretty much all day, and it works. It works. Try it out. Let me know. Let me know if it works for you. Now, I'm not saying that it completely doesn't crease at all or that they don't slide, but it just helps a lot with the way that it looks right there. So I'm going to set the rest of my foundation with, well, my foundation. I just set my concealer. I'm going to set my foundation with the CoverGirl Vitalist. And I know I'm using a lot of their products, but I do have a lot of their products and they're all drugstore. You can find them anywhere. That's why they're at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, everywhere. So yeah. Just wanted to use some drugstore products today to change it up a little bit. I feel like I'm always using the same makeup, and yeah, that can get kind of boring sometimes. I'm trying to give you options if you like what you see on my face. So for bronzer today, I'm going to use my e.l.f. little bronzer here. This one is in the color light beige. It's actually a powder, but it works for my skin tone, and I like it. It's like one of my favorite bronzers ever, and it's really good. It's like, it blends really easily. So I do like to use it for bronzer, but also kind of like a bronzer and contour at the same time. And then to actually bronze my face, I'm going to use an e.l.f. bronzer here with my bronzer brush. This one is in the color Sunkissed, and it is a glowy, shimmery bronzer. It's really pretty. Really, really pretty. It has like the right amount of shimmer. Not too much, but it's not too glittery or anything. It's just a really, really nice shimmer. Now I'm gonna take off the baking that I have. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my contour brush again, the one that I was using earlier. I'm not gonna apply more product. I'm just gonna swipe this on the sides of my nose because it looks like completely white there. And next I'm gonna use my blush. I don't have a drugstore blush that looks a little bit orangey, peachy. So I'm gonna use this one by Tarte. This one is called Traveled. And I was even thinking, I was like, maybe I should use a neutral tone blush. I was like, nah, I just want to match it with my eyeshadow. A little bit orange, just a little bit. As well as the highlight, I am gonna be using kind of like it gives like a little bit of a tone of orange, but like a mix of different colors from the Dream palette. So I'm gonna use that one to highlight. So I'm just going to take a little bit right here on my brush, and I'm going to wet it because this one is really glittery and it will get all over my face. And then I have to do my lower lashes. I'm going to use my mascara by Maybelline. It is the Big Shot Colosso mascara, or the Colosso Big Shot mascara, and apply that on my lower lashes. You know what I forgot? I forgot to apply eyeliner, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I wasn't sure what I wanted to use on my waterline. I was thinking nude, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and use black. I'm gonna use the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil. I feel like that really makes the orange show up. I don't know. You can see the difference. It looks good. Now I'm gonna put my mascara on. Alright, for my lipstick, I'm gonna use Felix by ColourPop, and it is a ultra satin lipstick. I think it's gonna look okay. I don't remember the tone of it very much, but I think it's gonna look okay with this orange. So that is a lot of orange. So now I got it on my teeth. Now I'm gonna apply my highlighter on like my body. So I'm gonna use that same highlighter that I used on my eyes and on my cheeks and on my face, and apply it over here on my collarbones, on my shoulders. So that is it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what other looks you would like for me to do, or what other colors you would like for me to use. I am excited to do different looks, creating different looks using different colors, because I don't know, I'm just feeling the colors. I have a few colors in my collection now. I have a few palettes in my collection now. And so yeah, I'm loving trying different looks and trying different techniques. So yeah, pretty much I'll be showing you another tutorial pretty soon. If you are not subscribed already, I hope you subscribe before you leave so that way you don't miss out on future videos. And of course, if you're already subscribed, you can always turn on the little bell to get notified every single time that I upload. That is it for today. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.